What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the TF Movie Show. This is just a web series where we're talking about the Transformers live-action movie franchise. This is episode number 15. And first of all, I want to give a big shout out to awesome Ragin Nation members Ryan Talitsky, Karen Wood, Ashley Quadra, and Adam Sura Bill Shafiq. Thanks so much for being part of the Ragin Nation. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And also another shout out goes out to my dear friend Cisco from Seattle, who tweeted at me this link to this image that reveals two brand new Decepticons for the film Bumblebee, which comes out in December. This is an official reveal from Entertainment Weekly, and this is a big deal. Let's talk about this. This episode is just about these two new Decepticons, and you ever heard of, you knocked over Windblade. You ever heard of the phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, this picture, this image right here is worth 1,000 words. I don't know if I'm going to give you exactly 1,000 words, but I got a lot to say. So let's just start off with what we see right here. I'm sure you guys have seen it already, as I've already posted this image on the Ragin Nation Facebook page. This is an official reveal, and I love, first of all, that these characters are running in the middle of the desert. The California desert. I love that they're like, this could potentially be, I don't know if this is an actual scene in the movie or just a promotional piece, but I love that they're just running in the desert, the two of them, and I'm just thinking, who are they running at? They're probably going after Bumblebee. So that could be a really, really exciting scene. But let's just start from the very beginning, from left to right. Left, we have Shatter. There's a brand new Decepticon, an original new character created just for the movie. And it's something that I didn't really expect. I thought they're going to go with G1 characters, but when you really think about it, there weren't a whole lot of vehicles, I mean, besides the Stunticons, but we're talking about next season here. We're not talking about, Generation 1, Season 1. Like, there weren't really any characters, as far as I know, that was on four wheels. It was just the jets, the camera guys, Reflector and Soundwave and a bunch of cassettes. So I'm glad that they're bringing vehicles into this. We know that they were bringing vehicles into this to begin with because we saw images of muscle cars, like for example this. And this is what Shatter transforms into. It's a cherry red Plymouth Satellite. And it's a vehicle that I don't know very much about, but it's definitely a really great looking muscle car, very aggressive looking. And this is Shatter, and Shatter is a female. All right, it's going to be voiced by Angela Bassett, and this is the character right here, a very, very tough looking Decepticon. And this can, originally when I first looked at it, just the image alone, I actually thought this was a male character, but I'm glad we're seeing more fembots, like female characters, because all we've really gotten in the past was a Revenge of the Fallen, where we got the RC triplets and she got killed off. She wasn't a strong character, and I know that all the fans would have liked to see more of her. I'm pretty positive that you wanted to see RC do more things besides just like get killed and just have a really short, brief moment with that Decepticon sideways. Well, here's that moment for us to get a female Decepticon, and I think there's a lot of potential here, right? They could really make her kick some serious ass. I don't know about y'all, but I love watching females kick ass in, like, as femme fatales in action movies, and I think that she's gonna make an awesome character. I mean, let's take a look from the top to the bottom. First thing I notice is that a spoiler on her right shoulder? Is that her spoiler? I mean, she could use that as a sword. She looks bigger than the other one if they're standing right beside each other, so unless that's just forced perspective. But look at all that detail. I mean, you see the front of the vehicle on her chest, and then you see the wheels on her shoulders, just like Bumblebee. So this is going to be a pretty amazing battle. Okay, and even a car chase. I can't wait to see that car chase, and I can't wait to see that beatdown that's going to happen. And I think she's going to move like a ninja, because a lot of femme fatale characters in action movies, they're just a lot more agile, right? They're just more like they move around very gracefully, and I wonder if that's what we're gonna see. So very, very cool. And I like the simplicity of the head. You know, it's like the head, the top of her head is kind of like this just round helmet, and it doesn't need to be busy with a lot of lines and horns and things like that. I just love that it's a simple look, and that face is just so evil. It feels like it takes a lot of inspiration from some of the unused concepts of those female characters that we've seen from previous Transformers sequels concept art. So that's very, very cool. Now let's take a look at Dropkick. Now, does that name sound familiar? It does to me, and it's because I actually read the IDW comics that were related to the movies. The movie canon comics actually had Dropkick appear in as a character in the comics. And then if you take a look at this shot right here, you can see that Dropkick's actually scanning a vehicle along with Incinerator on the left, but Dropkick's scanning this pickup truck, and it's purple and gray. And then you will, if you remember the toy line, well, Dropkick ended up getting his very, very own toy, and that's it right there, a purple and gray truck. Now let's take a look at Dropkick in the Bumblebee movie, and the first thing that I noticed right away, well, first of all, he is a muscle car, which is an AMC Javelin, and I think I remember seeing an AMC Javelin during the filming of Bumblebee, and not that I was there for the filming, but a lot of images showed up, a lot of people snapping photos, and here's a random image that I just Google searched of an AMC Javelin, and I do recognize this muscle car because as it appeared in various shots that people took during the filming of Bumblebee, but that's what it looks like. And I gotta say that this is a very unique robot mode in the sense that we have look where the wheel placements are, the shoulders and on the elbows. When's the last time you ever saw any character have its wheels on its elbows? I mean, we've seen wheels on shoulders, wheels on knees, and wheels on feet, but this is something new. And of course, it has the usual standard car doors on the shoulders, which is something we see many times. But I'm looking at this bulky legs, and it's got a lot of muscle on the legs. But what I'm most paying attention to is what's on his back and on his chest. Like, I don't even know what car parts those are. Maybe I think I can kind of tell what the thing on the very, very top of him is. Like, that's like, I don't know, does it look like the front of the car or something? But I don't know what the rest of it is on the back that's sticking out of his bag and his torso. I can't really make out what that is. I can't really identify that. So that in itself gives it a really, really unique look. So I'm glad that they're not going for the standard front of the car on the chest thing, because we've seen that so many times. They're really, really diversifying the look of their vehicle, the vehicle type characters, like the robots. So that's really, really great. Now, what's also great is that, even though Dropkick was not a fan favorite, I'd still love that they're staying loyal to where his original inspiration came from, and that is, of course, the character as appeared in the comics, the movie canon comics, as well as the toy. So we got gray and purple here. We also have dark gray and purple here, or blue. But at least you see that inspiration, and we're not just name dropping. And this is a character in the movie canon. So maybe they're going to take a little bit of that backstory. I know that's a bit of a stretch because, when they take these characters, a lot of us fans just kind of like manifest its fandom to a bit more than it really is. I mean, how far digging deep did they really do? But I don't know. I have a lot of faith in Travis Knight and Christina Hodson, the writer. I have faith that they actually took some serious inspiration and really drew from that backstory, and not like the other writers from the previous sequels. So that is very, very cool. Now, what's really, really exciting about this is not just the fact that they're brand new characters. Some people might be excited about that, but also the direction that they're going in, because we got two new characters, okay? Dropkick being a character that we've seen in comics and toys, but a brand new original character. And not only that, but their vehicles. And we also got Starscream. And so we got, you got your G1 representation in Starscream, but bringing in brand new characters. That's a very, very exciting thing because I love watching car chases. I love knowing the fact that at some point in time in the movie, there's going to be a high-speed chase, and it's going to involve cars going at really high speeds and then transforming in and out of robot modes. That's just such an awesome thing to know, instead of just robots fighting without doing any actual transformations. You know, they got a lot of road to play with. They got a lot of roads, a lot of streets for them to race around in. So this is a great opportunity for seeing things that we never really saw in the previous Transformers films, or seeing things done differently. So this is a really great opportunity for that. Lots and lots of potential. Now, I'm thinking for a lot of fans, a lot of things we're probably thinking like, don't we want to see more G1 characters? Don't we want to see like characters that we know from the original cartoons? I think what they want to do is they want to kind of bring in a blend of both of them. I mean, we got G1 Bumblebee, we got a G1 style Starscream, and I'm thinking that's enough to please the G1 fans, and now we're bringing in a bit of the new by having Shatter and Dropkick. And this really just kind of expands the lore more, instead of just confining themselves and limiting themselves to just G1. So I'm really glad they're doing that. And I just love the fact that they're vehicles. We need to see that vehicle, that car chase, and just having characters more grounded. So I'm really, really pumped up for that. Now, Dropkick is going to be voiced by Justin Theroux. So that's going to be really cool too. The fact that they're bringing in, pretty hot, high profile actors, not just voice actors, but actors voicing those characters. So really excited about that. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, what about Barricade? Wasn't Barricade supposed to show up? And what about Optimus Prime? And I'm just thinking, the only thing that we got about Barricade and Optimus Prime being voiced by their original voice actors is from the voice actors themselves. Optimus Prime did make an announcement, not an official announcement, but at least he mentioned in an interview that he will be back for Bumblebee. And then I was thinking it could be one of two options: an Optimus Prime cameo, or he's voicing a completely different character, not as Optimus Prime. Peter Cullen would be voicing like a completely different character. Well, that has been just ruled out with this image, because he's not voicing Decepticon, so it looks like he will be back as Optimus Prime, but he probably won't be back as Optimus Prime in the Optimus Prime that we know as a Peterbilt truck with like a bunch of flames on it. It probably looks like something different, or maybe it could be a flashback scene. Now, what about Barricade? Now, I don't know what Barricade would look like in the 80s, but maybe they haven't just revealed him. But they did say that there's only going to be 4 characters. They're keeping it to 4 characters, and maybe, just maybe, that they are just saving the Optimus Prime and Barricade reveal for later on, because having Optimus Prime and Barricade appear in the end of the movie is kind of like a tease for the 2007 film. So I think that's what they're actually going to do. They're just going to keep the 4 main characters in the forefront, and all the other characters, the other characters that they don't really talk about, Barricade and Optimus Prime, later on, so that it's actually a direct tie-in connection with the 2007 film. That's what I'm thinking, because a lot of people are probably thinking like, what about Barricade and Optimus Prime? They only said 4 Transformers. There must be 6 of them. Well, I think that's how they're actually going to do it. And I think that would be a great and wonderful way to tie everything all in. We don't have to see more Transformers. In this case, less is more. We've seen what it can be like if they add in too many characters. Let's just have Bumblebee have his moment, and let's just see how he does facing off against 3 Decepticons. That's something I want to see, because I really want to see just a more personal story where a character has to solve problems on his own. Optimus Prime's not there for him, so how is he going to deal with them? How's he going to deal with this abundance of Decepticons? He's going to have to figure things out on his own. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this episode. I'm really pumped for this. I'm really more excited now that we got an official reveal of those Decepticons. We're no longer left in mystery, but now I'm curious what those Decepticons are actually going to be like. And now I'm actually just waiting for San Diego Comic-Con for that panel that's going to happen at Hall H at 5 o'clock on Friday, as they reveal new footage for the film, as well as I'm pumped to see that Hasbro booth, if it's really going to be there at San Diego Comic-Con, so we can reveal the studio series for the Bumblebee movie toys. Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this episode. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think of these two characters? Do you like the designs? Are you not a big fan of them? And are you pumped to see Shatter and Dropkick do their thing? Anyways, that's all I gotta say. As always, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.